Hello, my YouTube world. This is Johnny Mo coming to you with a special video today. They're all special, aren't they? Come on, it's a Johnny Mo video. It's all special. Nah, it's raining out today. It's a little cold out, a little rainy. Actually, believe it or not, we might get some snow out of this. So I got the truck ready, set up, ready, got the salt ready in case we do get something. But, let's talk a little bit about biddings, do and don'ts. But before that, I just over the print shop. Remember I told you about those thank you cards? There's my logo. There's the little handwritten note. Got my envelopes, my return envelopes. It's pretty cool. Remember my bid package? I told you I was going to have the folders, the stickers redone. Got the stickers redone. And got some business cards. Got a ready, baby. I know. You guys can't stand me because I'm just so excited. It's just exciting to be in business. It's exciting to have created something in your mind and then see the reality of it in life. And I just think that's just really cool. And so anyway, let's get back on point. Let's talk about bidding, do's and don't. The phone's probably ringing off the hook at your place and you're like, I want to help you land more jobs. And, after 19 years experience, re-land quite a bit of jobs. I've done a video on my bid package. You know that inside this folder is my bid package. You've seen it. If you haven't, go back and see it. It's very professional. It'll help you land a lot of jobs. It'll help you, that's one way we outdo our competition. We're not just coming up with a business card and then we're going to put the number on the back of the card, what we're going to charge you for that. We're actually going to measure your property. We're actually going to, give you, a letter in here. You've seen it. You know what we do. But just some things to do as you pull up to the client's house. All right, so let's say you get a phone call and Mr. Smith calls you or Mrs. Smith calls you, said, I would really like an estimate on, let's say, fertilizing or mowing or mulching. And you return the phone call or you answer a phone call. So yes, Ms. Smith, would be a good time to meet with you concerning these things. And she gives you a time and you go to the time. Now, if she says she wants to meet you at 5 o'clock, you should be there at 5 to 5. You shouldn't be there at 4:45. You don't want her being in the house, knowing that you're coming at 5 and she's rushing around. All of a sudden you come and you surprise her. You want to come right about the time that you said, between 5:02 and 5. I've found that sometimes you come too early, then they're doing something in the house that they weren't ready for you to be at. They're all discombobbled. They don't get their thoughts straight and they miscommunicate what they want. And then all of a sudden you can't properly, give them solutions and you end up starting the relationship off not having the full picture. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get a full picture of the job and the scope of the job so that you can offer solutions. Make sure that your company can satisfy the solution. Don't overpromise something if you can't deliver it. Big no-no. Good way to get out of business, though. I mean, if you want to go out of business, overpromise and underdeliver, I promise you'll be out in no time. As far as dress is concerned, dress what you would wear for the job that you're doing. You don't want to come in a 3-piece suit if you're going to be laying mulch. Make sure you're going to drive a truck or a company vehicle. I personally like logoed vehicles. I drive my trucks to the jobs. I let them know. The trucks are vinyl wrapped. They know. There's no plan B. This isn't a person who's in business one year, out the next. People want a service for longevity. Those are some of the things that we do. But right off the bat, you've just arrived on the job. You arrived in your uniform or your shirt. Make sure it's not cut off shirts or, make sure it's a sleeved shirt. You want to make a good first impression, but you don't have to be in a 3-piece suit. As you knock on the door, go around to the driveway. Don't walk through the middle of the lawn. You're like, why? You're going to be walking on the lawn anyway. It just shows consideration for their property. You walk up, you go up the driveway, you go down the side, you knock on the door. If she continues to walk in the lawn, then you go walk in the lawn. You get invited to walk on the lawn. Man, Johnny, you're crazy. Well, you don't understand. There are a lot of people that have in the disc profile C personalities. C personalities are very detail-oriented. They will not walk on their grass. They will walk down the driveway and down the street to get to their mailbox. Be considerate of that. It's called the DISC profile. Do some study. A D personality is a dominant personality. An I personality is, he loves everybody. An S personality wants to, I personality is very friendly. They talk. They're all about you. They're all about the moment. They're all about the fun. An S personality is, we don't want to offend anybody. We just want to get along. They're very loyal. They're very good employees. A C personality, like I stated, is very detail-oriented. They want as much information as they can in order to make a decision. Try to identify these things as you're talking to a person. Get very well with the DISC personality. Guy comes out, straight up and down, firm handshake, looks you in the eye, very short and to the point. He is a D personality. This guy right here, he wants solutions, he wants them fast, and you need to be able to offer them. If it's an S personality, if he or she walks out and she's kind of like this, she's probably an S. She's probably uncomfortable with you on her property. She just needs you to make her feel comfortable or him feel comfortable. Listen, this is, how do you deal with someone who's very uncomfortable with you? And you're new to the property, you're new to this area. She's like, well, how long have you been in business? Make sure you give her the information to make her feel secure. We've been in business about 19 years. We've been serving this county for about 19 years. And you don't overtalk these things. You don't brag. You just give her the facts. Very factual. Nothing, we did this job. We did that job way over there. I mean, we're the biggest, we're the baddest. No. Let's slow it down. I'm going to teach you right here. Learn the DISC profile. Learn who you're talking to. Learn how they communicate. Learn how they receive. Okay? Here's another tip. When you go to the door, you're looking for the DISC profile. You're also looking for, for you to shut up. Yeah, that's it. Shut up. You have 2 eyes, you 2 ears. That means you should listen twice as much and you should look twice as much before you speak. Listen, you need to shut your mouth and let her bring the concerns to you. You know what I mean? Most guys, listen, I'm very big on this. I'm very big on living on the high road. Not just taking the high road, but living on the high road. What do I mean by that? Most guys want to get up there, well, Mrs. Smith, I just noticed the last company didn't do this, and the last company didn't do that, and boy, they suck at that, and boom, 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 boom. What are you doing? Obviously, you can see those things, but you can't accurately give her or him a description on what's going on because you don't know why that is the way it is. See, guys, you got to be careful of always bashing people. I'm a big believer in lifting people up, not tearing people down, because you never know the circumstances that led to the reason why the property is. So what you want to do is you want her to talk twice as much. You want her to address all the issues. You want her to bring up, hey, I just didn't like how they just don't weed whack this, and I didn't like that. And then when she looks at you and she's kind of wanting a solution, you offer a solution to it. This is what we offer, Mrs. Smith. Every time that we're on your property, we will mow all areas, we will weed whack all areas that need weed whack, and we will blow off all your paved services, your paid surfaces, so that there's no grass clippings laid around. That's what we offer. That's the solution. You go no further. Well, these idiots here, looks like, they're just rushing around your house and taking advantage of you. Guys, this is a point. This is why I want you to change your paradigm shift. I want you to stop looking to bash people because you never know who's in the ambulance. Like, what? Who's in the ambulance? Listen, when I was in college, I was going to be a paramedic, and one of the first lessons we learned is always pull aside because of an ambulance. When the ambulance lights are going, you always want to pull off because you want that ambulance to have a free shot to the hospital because you never know who's in the back. Well, our first day of class, a guy told a story of this one guy just would not pull over. The ambulance was beeping. He would not pull over. He was so stubborn. He was not going to pull over. No, I'm in a hurry. I got to go. I'm not pulling over. Well, he didn't pull over. Well, when the ambulance arrived at the hospital, what happened was that person died. And if they would have just got there 5 minutes sooner, they would have been able to do a life-saving procedure. It turned out that that person was that kid's mother. And because he wouldn't pull over, he ended up losing his mother because she couldn't get to the hospital. This is what I mean. You don't know why that person didn't weed whack that area. How do you know that they didn't just get a phone call saying that their daughter just got in an accident, or their son, or their husband, wife, whoever it may be? You don't know, and then all of a sudden you come along and you're Mr. Know-It-All, and you, boom, this is just ridiculous. They're taking advantage of you. You know, you don't know that if she points out, you know, I've had this happen quite a bit of times. And because I live on the high road, I won't go down that road. I won't trash the company, because you never know. I've had this happen to me. A lady said, I've got weeds everywhere. And she did. She honestly had weeds everywhere. She was paying for a company to come in and fertilize and put weed control down. And I'm looking around like there is quite a bit of weeds. And she said, you know, I just can't stand it. I don't understand. They said that they do that and they didn't do it. And this is just disgusting. I'm so upset. And I said, well, ma'am, I can understand your concern. I said, this is the process in which we take in dealing with weeds. This is what we do. This is our solution. Listen, you get paid to solve problems, period. You're not paid to look pretty. You're not paid to sound like $1 million. Listen, we're mowing, fertilizing, mulching, trimming. Listen, you don't have to be Mr. Know-It-All. You just have to be able to solve the problems for. This is what we'll do. And I address the issues. Here's what happens sometimes, that you don't see the other side, because you're only looking at one piece of the picture, and then you're trying to judge what the whole picture is. See, turned out that lady had weeds because all of a sudden you land the job, and then a week later, oh, I only want it cut every 2 weeks. And then you come cut it. That's too high. You got to cut it shorter. Well, of course you're going to have weeds when you cut the lawn real short. There's no thickness of grass to hold out the weeds. So make sure when you do your bids and you do your estimating, you always address Mrs. Smith. And if she asks you a question, well, Mrs. Smith, this is what we would do in regards with this, you know, or with regards to that. You know, be professional. Don't knock the other company. Don't point out every mistake that you see. And this is another benefit. Say you see a mistake that doesn't even bother her. All of a sudden, you get on the property and you clear that mistake. You've now offered a value to your company because you're solving problems that they didn't even know they had. You know what I mean? So you're like, wow, this guy's really good, or this company's really good, or this woman's really good. This is the thing, guys. Be professional. Live on the high road. I believe in building up, not tearing down. Everybody makes mistakes. Even you, even me. I make mistakes. I'm not going to act on a bid as if I'm Mr. Perfect and that I'm never going to make a mistake. But I promise you this. If I make a mistake, I'm going to try to fix that mistake to the best of my ability, or I will have someone fix that mistake. So you never know who's in the ambulance. So therefore, don't judge. Stay on the high road. Don't just take it. Stay on it. Because you never know why that person did what they did. That's my time, Johnny Mo. This is about bidding, baby.